what I can do is see.
Kind of traumas that you've endured. You're kind of just like, fuck it. Nah. Fuck it. Nah. Fuck it. Nah. Clove, there's only soup. Soup? What do you mean you're at soup? I'm healed. The past holds me back no more. Anga. Alright, let's see like what we get for general advice. The magician, you can make anything you want happen. What you want, Noble?
Here at Tarot of the Soul tonight. Hope you're having a good evening. I am here to do more tarot readings. I'm glad to. Huh?
That's what All Might says.
What does he say?
I am here.
Oh, I am here. No, I am not that commanding. More like I'm here.
You said I am here. Sounded good to me. Wow. All my might.
Oh, my mic.
All might.
All might. All might.
All might.
I like it. My friend from Florida called me Almita, Almita. I think in like her Hispanic culture, they add ita almost like a little or baby kind of thing.
Okay, yeah. I just know a bit from watching the Casa Grandes, but they like abuelita, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so I have that nickname with her. I have to reach out to her. I haven't heard from her in a while. I wonder how her son is doing.
I don't know.
See how she's
Good
doing.
evening.
Yeah, so good evening. Welcome to the stream. Since we don't have anybody here right now, I will get my manifestation deck out and use that to figure out things to talk about.
You should do a reading on who will win the NBA finals.
With the conjure cards? Yeah, let's see. That'll be the first reading with the conjure cards.
Oh, wait. Seems like a waste of energy.
I agree, but that's okay.
Hey,
If you want to know.
Don't sell my ideas short.
You sold it short. I just agreed.
Well, yeah, but that's the same thing. You might as well have suggested it then.
I might as well have suggested it.
Here comes the knicker. She gonna get your cards. Hopefully
That card? Is that the one? What do you think? Pick one. What one should we use? Is it over here? No, not the milk. She was like, oh.
Well, hello there. Don't mind if I do.
She is so cute. She's so tiny. I hope she stays tiny. She's only got 2 more months, so how much could she grow in 2 months? Hey. Try it again.
In their first 2 months, they grow a ton. Exponentially. So, exponentially, she'll be like as big as the German Shepherd.
German Shepherd Snickers. In
That
2
would be
months.
bad.
She'd have to like shed skin or something.
Like, imagine if I tried to climb on the chair and upend it.
Just knock it over.
Like,
I don't want a cat that big. Claws. What'd she do?
jumped into the chair that's sitting there, and then she went up the wall. and then just fell off. There's nothing to grab. She's freaking out, man. Like, try and pop out and move the case. Shoot her.
She's putting on a show. Transformation. A period of deep change is occurring. Release what no longer serves you to make space for growth. Let go of an old habit, belief, or situation that is holding you back. Embrace the new with open arms. I like that. I was talking to somebody about that, about embracing the new with open arms, because they said they were really stuck in their mind, and they wondered if they existed outside of their mind. And the flow of conversation was that yeah, I think we exist outside of our mind, because if you think about it, it took however long to make this moment happen. So whether I'm in my mind or not, outside of my mind, things happen to make my world exist. And so I think there's definitely an external state of our witnessing. And so I was talking about, we have not just our mind, but our mind is the meeting ground for all parts of ourselves. And for me, that's, the body, which is one voice. But I think of like the spirit and the soul as being other voices that speak through the mind. And when you're stuck in listening to just one voice, it kind of dampens the experience. And so the conversation flowed that, in order to listen to all those voices, you have to open yourself up, because different parts of ourselves speak differently. And so ultimately, checking yourself, those views or beliefs that don't align with who you are now, those old habits that you do because you did them once upon a time, but maybe they aren't what you need to be doing now. It's always a good time to reflect on how open you are to the newness each moment brings. How well do you flow with change as it comes? Because ultimately, change is the constant. We are always changing. Every part of us, inside and out, is constantly changing. And if you're resistant to that change, it's kind of like swimming upstream and you're fighting against the tides, trying to control things. But ultimately, there's really little control to be found in any given moment. You can have perfect plans, perfect execution, perfect potential, and ultimately it just falls flat because sometimes things don't work out. And so I think opening up and embracing the newness in a moment allows life to transform and to shift and to take you where you're meant to be, not just where you think you're meant to be, but where it's really better for you. And that idea that there's something outside of us, I think that, like as the cards are energy that pulls something that needs to be spoken about in a moment. And everybody can have their beliefs on what that energy is that pulls the card, but it's something else. Something else makes this card come to be the thing I talk about. And so if something can pull a card out of a deck in the right moment, it means there's a lot going on that I may not be aware of. And so the best way to see what's there for me is to be open to all the ways this now moment can speak to me. With open arms. Embrace the new with open arms. Fear may be keeping you stuck. Release old patterns and embrace transformation. So another card that speaks of transformation and releasing old patterns So fear is often something that keeps people from changing. Fear of the unknown, fear of what might go wrong, fear of being seen for who you are if you don't love who you are. Fear is a big block for a lot of people because there's so many ways our mind tries to attach to what the future outcome could be. And fear makes a person think they know so they can plan for it. But again, if you have a fear, that's one single perspective, one single possibility of things to be scared about. Life is full of many things to be scared about. Why focus on just one? And if you're not going to focus on just one, why focus on any? Let fear go and embrace just being. Open yourself up. As life changes, is this where I need to be? Am I doing what I need to be doing? And ask these questions every chance you get, over and over, because as life changes, you need to move in the right direction, and only you will know the right direction for you, because ultimately you are your best guide. And if you're not asking yourself if you're in the right place, who else is going to tell you where to go? So fear is one of those things getting in the way. It's hard to tell someone just not to be afraid, because how do you let go of something that unsettles you? And I guess my easiest answer is focus on something different. If your mind is on a fear-based track, anxiety, doubts, whatever track your mind is on, rewire it. Think different thoughts. If you notice yourself being fearful and dwelling in a state of fear, focus on something that's real right now that you can appreciate. Something that's good, something that makes you joyful or happy or peaceful or calm. Whatever mood you need, focus on that vibe, because ultimately fear doesn't lead to anything but more fear. It doesn't let you know what's happening in the future. It doesn't help you prepare for a future you can't know. So ultimately, it's just a weight that clouds your vision. And if it's clouding your vision, it's hard to feel good about where you're at, because it might seem like you don't know where you're at. I don't know. I had this card. I do daily card pulls for friends. And the one friend had a card pull called Slowing Down. And it had a picture of a tortoise on it. And basically, the slowing down was about carrying home with you wherever you go. And I think at home, there's the least amount of fear, given you have a healthy home environment and there's not drama and abuse and all that kind of stuff. But at home, you can be yourself. You can be safe. And so if you can take that sense of homeness with you into every moment, you don't need to fear, because you're safe. You are who you are. You're comfortable. And it doesn't have to be difficult. But fear makes it difficult. So I guess for me, it's now easy to bask in appreciation and gratitude and thankfulness, because I realized in a time in my life when life was out of control that I was the only one that was capable of making me feel better. And in those hard moments, I wanted to be happy. Life was not making me happy, but then I wasn't happy either on the inside. So it's hard to be happy in the external world when something's wrong on the inside. And finding myself was finding that voice that wasn't fear-based, that wasn't speaking from a place of need. I filled my cup with self-love, and that self-love opened me up to... Kitty's getting in the window. Oh! Light fell down. Sorry about that, Daddy. Overworking or wasted energy may be slowing progress. Refocus on what matters. I like that. That's another alignment of, Phantom Punk. Hey, welcome. It is going well. I am glad to be streaming again, having a good night. Well, as good as it can be. We found out our catalytic converter for our car is bad. So that's going to be an expensive repair. So bumming on that. But other than that, if that's the worst, it's not that bad of a day. So how are you doing tonight? Yeah, I'm hoping so too. We have a good mechanic that we trust, so hopefully they'll have good news for us. But we'll see. I know that the part itself is like $750, so that's an ouchie kind of price tag. But we'll see. Take it one step at a time. I'm here hoping for donations tonight to earn money towards that. But we'll see. Doing good. Just watching movies. Good. Anything good? What kind of movies do you like? Oh, well, I'm getting all into chatty. You want a reading? Let's get you your reading. What kind of reading would you like tonight? Diamond spread? General reading? Certain question? Oh, I've never heard of that. General reading? Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of that. Fearless Vampire Killers, but it's an old one. So it must be good if you're still watching it. Hopefully it's a chill evening for you, enjoying yourself. You gonna pick a card? No. Oh, what's that one? Okay, got the card shuffled. Now I just need to figure out your spread. We'll do a diamond spread. First card is the focus. Has this Einstein type of Van Helsing and a goofy assistant played by Roman Polanski. I don't know that name. Interesting, Van Helsing. That sounds like it could be a fun movie. Is it a comedy? Or is it serious? Yes, comedy horror. Okay. I'm not a horror person, so I don't have a lot of experience in that genre. I've never gotten into watching scary things. I freak myself out enough. I don't want to let other people do it to me. But yeah, that's cool that you're into. I didn't know they did goofy horrors. Closest I would know of a goofy horror is like Scary Movie back in the day, which was a spoof horror. It was making fun of scary movies. You love those films. Okay. Well, that's cool. All right. So let's see. Queen of Cups. Another one is coming out soon, June 7th. Oh, so it's an old one. So is it a remake or... Oh, Scary Movie 6. Oh my God. I can't believe they have that many of that movie. I think it would have been good at one. That's crazy. That's so funny. It's still going. guess nothing's out of the realm of continuing a brand. Queen of Cups. Same old cast from the first two films. That's crazy. Yeah, they're old. That's like, what, 20 years ago or more? I can't even remember when Scary Movie came out, but that's so long ago. Man, 20 plus. Yeah, it feels that way. That was the beginning of my husband's and our relationship. So yeah, it's a long time ago. And they're still in it. That's crazy. Okay, so Queen of Cups reversed is the focus. The keywords: insecurity, giving too much, overly sensitive, needy, fragile, dependence, martyrdom. The Queen of Cups reverse tells the asker to focus on their emotional well-being and treat themselves with love, compassion, and caring. They may be highly sensitive or an empath, always prioritizing the needs of others. This card encourages the asker to take time to listen to their intuition and honor their feelings. They may have trouble expressing themselves and often bottle up their emotions. I get this card. I resonate with it. Like, it's easy when you care about others to give too much of yourself, but there's a happy balance. You have to love yourself enough to know when it's too much when you're giving to others. And so it's if you're loving others, practice self-love in equal measure. You deserve what you share with others. And if you wouldn't overwork others, then don't overwork yourself trying to be the nice guy or nice person. So let's see, 8 of Cups. You're right, too much people pleasing. Yeah, people pleasing, it's when you have a generous spirit, a giving spirit, a helpful spirit, when you want to help people feel better, it's so easy to just exhaust yourself trying to make people happy, because a lot of times people don't know how to think of the people helping them. They're in a taking position, so they don't realize how much weight they and what they're taking from others. And so that's why self-love is important. You have to have your boundaries. You have to have respect for yourself to know when you're giving too much, when it's not healthy for you to keep on giving. Because the important thing that I tell myself is, if I'm not well, I can't continue giving to others. So it's important to be whole, to be well, and even if it means having to say no sometimes, because it's better to say no and keep yourself able to give in the future than it is to say yes all the time and exhaust yourself completely into like a breakdown where you can't help anybody. So 8 of Cups, abandonment, walking away, letting go, searching for truth, leaving behind. The 8 of Cups card represents living in alignment with our truth and instincts and walking away from disappointing situations. This card is in the internal influence. And so, as the card was about self-care, internally, you know where you're needed, you know where you're appreciated, and you know what feels right by you. Align yourself with helping the people that are not exhausting you to help, knowing that everybody needs help and you only have so much to give. So be wise with how you portion out the help you have, because not every situation is a healthy giving situation. Some people need to dwell in their space and help themselves before real help can come. And so self-love, know where it's working, know where it's needed, and know where it's best for you to be. Then we go to 8 of Pentacles reversed in the external influence. I think it's I think it's interesting that you had the Eight of Cups in the internal and then the Eight of Pentacles in the external. 2 eights. $88. Yeah. It's an angel number. Okay. Eight of Pentacles. Lack of quality, rush job, bad reputation, lack of motivation, mediocrity, laziness, low skill, dead-end job. Your impatience and desire to take... Forgot the numerology for 8. Yeah, I'm not real good with numerology. I don't know a lot about it. I love spotting my numbers. Like, numbers speak to me, but I don't know what they're saying. Like, they jump out at me all the time. I just don't know individual numbers meaning to know what I'm being told. But it's still fun. Dead-end job resonates. Oh, good. This doesn't feel like a great card, so I appreciate that it does resonate. I always worry I draw the wrong card. All right, so your impatience and desire to take the easy way out can create an unethical situation at work as well as a lack of reward. Perhaps you are not satisfied with your job or you are completely deprived of it at the moment. The Eight of Pentacles reverse also signifies that the asker needs to take a break and rest. So in the external, it's telling you to take a break and rest. So self-care is the focus, and then knowing when to withdraw from unhealthy situations is the internal influence, and then the external influence is telling you to take a break. So it seems like these cards are really in alignment with something going on. They might be too fixated on their career and finances to the detriment of other areas in their life, including their spiritual connection. And so, yeah, you know, when life is all about balance. When you can balance your life, you're not weighing too heavy in any one area. And so, as this is about self-care, I guess, where are you giving too much of yourself at perhaps a dead-end job that may be throwing you out of balance in other areas of your life? And we have Knight of Swords reversed as what's needed to overcome or better understand. See, makes sense. Good. I'm glad it's resonating. Okay, so these are interesting keywords. Rude, tactless, forceful, bully, aggressive, vicious, ruthless, arrogant. The Knight of Swords reversed indicates the asker is either scattering their energy in too many places or is going full speed ahead with a decision without a plan. The card is a reminder to slow down. This card is also a sign they must take time to connect with their inner voice. When we are going 100 miles an hour, we often lose sight of our soul's ultimate purpose. Yeah, so this is a calling to slow down and listen to yourself. You know, where that self-care is needed. Hear yourself clearly. Give yourself a chance to rest and reflect and reframe where you're at so you can have a better idea of where you're going. Pull back to center and see what makes sense from that state of mind. Solid advice. Good. I'm glad. So then your higher understanding or higher resolution card is Strength reversed. Self-doubt, weakness, low confidence, inadequacy, cowardice, forcefulness. A reverse strength card can mean that you are or are about to experience intense anger or fear in your life. You seem to be lacking the inner strength that this card normally represents, meaning you might be experiencing fear. Okay. All right, we'll take a drink. We'll wait for you to get back. Oh, that's not a bad ad. Welcome back. Glad to have you. Thanks for waiting through the ad. So we left off on you seem to be lacking the inner strength that this card normally represents, meaning you might be experiencing fear and a lack of conviction and confidence in your own abilities. Now you should reconsider the situation. Perhaps you are trying to achieve a goal that is not within your control at the moment. To be successful, you need to overcome your guilt, doubts, and fears. So interesting. Strength reversed. So I wonder what comes to mind is with a strength reverse, are you in a place where you give to others because you don't feel good about yourself? Like, is it you mentioned people pleasing. Are you there, do you need others to feel good so you can feel good? Is that something you're struggling with? Not really? Okay. Interesting. Then this card is interesting. So guilt, doubts, and fears doesn't resonate? Interesting. Then maybe, well, that's a wonderful way to be. You're a giver, and that's a beautiful way to be. Like, there's some people that struggle to help others. There's some people that don't care to help others. And who you are is so beautiful that you don't even have to think about it. You just give. It is draining. And I think that's where the card is, well, maybe that's what the strength reverse is. Your strength is giving, but you give so much that it hurts you. So that self-care, that walking away from bad situations, reconciling the weight of your dead-end job, slowing down to see where you really need to be. I think these are all good places to reflect on how you can more healthily participate in your moments. Keep on giving, keep sharing yourself. That's a beautiful way to be. But love yourself enough to know when you're giving too much, because giving should feel good, and it shouldn't be so extreme that you're unwell doing it. Just give yourself the same amount that you give others. That's the big thing. I think givers tend to short themselves on the love they need, and so it's always going outward. But there's so much more to give when you give it to yourself first. It's like you fill your own cup, and then you're overflowing from the inside out, and it just feels good to continue that helping. You needed to hear this. Yay! I always hope to have readings you need to hear. So yay. Well, let's pull a card from the Green Witch Oracle deck and see what that has to say. So yeah, self-love. Remember, what we give to others, we should give to ourselves. Tend, maintenance, encouragement, guidance. Tending your garden is an important step in creating a thriving ecosystem. Maintaining a garden means weeding, snipping away dead flowers and leaves, fertilizing, and pinching back overgrowth to redirect energy. It's a cooperative experience. The 10 card is a reminder that you, too, deserve maintenance. It's important to review the different parts of your life every once in a while with a keen eye, looking for areas you can tend for positive results. Just as you guide your garden, your energy also deserves loving guidance and encouragement. You may need to weed toxicity out of your life. Be discerning about where you put your energy. Ask for guidance and listen to messages Spirit sends you. And the reflection is, What areas of your life need support and what areas are threatened by toxicity? I think that's a beautiful reflection point. Like when you're doing self-care, you know, where um, where can I need support and upliftment because I can't do it by myself? And where do I need to step away from because it's just not healthy for me to be here? I love that this card like so perfectly like wrapped up your reading. It just tend to your garden, take care of yourself. And, the more you take care of yourself, the more you can take care of others. Yeah, isn't that neat? I love the magic of the cards. It's so, yeah, it's just perfect. Solid reading. Yay. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I was hoping to share good readings tonight. I'm glad to start off with the first one being a solid one. So thank you. I appreciate you letting me do a reading for you and letting me know that it resonated. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for coming back. You're here so frequently. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of your night. If you want to hang around and see how the rest of the evening takes off, love to have you. But I know it's getting late, so you might need to get to bed. You too. Many blessings and have a good stream. Thank you, Phantom. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Synchronicity. The universe is constantly sending you signs and confirmations. Pay attention to repeated patterns. Stay mindful of recurring numbers, symbols, and events. They are guiding you towards alignment with your desires. I love the word synchronicity, and I love the phenomenon of witnessing synchronicity when things just line up without any trying on your part. You just happen to witness the alignment, and it's this sweet magic. Every time it happens, I'm moved, and I'm always excited to witness it again and again. It's a reminder that there's so much more than just me. Everything's moving around me. And in those moments of synchronicity, it's almost like the world's moving for me. And it's a wonderful feeling, fulfilling, uplifting, supportive, nurturing. Just a lot of good energy comes when I witness synchronicity. And I believe if it happens for me, it happens for everybody. It's just a matter of whether people are listening for it or looking for it. In our house, we look for angel numbers. We'll happy 1010, happy 1234, happy 111, happy 555. Angel numbers are regular in our house, so we're open to numbers speaking to us. And an earlier card mentioned being open. If you feel alone, maybe it's because you're not listening to all the ways the world is speaking to you. There are so many ways that things hit us and resonate with us and move us. And if we're only looking in one direction, what else are we missing? And now that I see the synchronicity and the parallels and the alignments and the serendipity of magic, I hope others can see what I see, because it's this magical quality to life, to just see things unfolding around you and know that it has special meaning to you, this small ion of a person in this huge big world, and things are moving for me. It makes you feel incredibly seen and nurtured and uplifted and supported and wholesome, and just that everything's the way it's meant to be. And there's no fear or doubt in that. It's just a lot of positive energy. And I think if more people listened and looked for those signs, I think life would feel more fully for them. Ooh, this is a good card. Scarcity thinking may be blocking abundance. Shift your mindset to sufficiency. Scarcity thinking is the equivalent of thinking the world sucks when the world is full of wonderful possibilities. Scarcity thinking is you don't have enough, you need more, and you can't be happy unless you get it. Scarcity thinking is coming from a void. You have something that you're lacking and you need something to fill it. Abundance is the opposite of that. Abundance is overflowing, full, um, fulfilling, complete, wholesome. Just a lot of words for grandiose concepts of just being completely filled. Scarcity mindset and abundant mindset are on two polar opposites. And so it's hard if you're thinking you need more to realize you have enough. That's a choice that has to be made. You're not just going to one day flip a switch and be like, oh my God, I'm happy. If you're always thinking you need something else to be happy, it takes pulling back from that need for more and appreciating what is this moment for what it is. For me, I'm here streaming. I have a home. I have cats. I have family that makes this possible. That's just the beginning of abundance. It starts with the simple things. And when you can recognize the simple things in abundance, everything else just ripples outward to be more icing on that cake. And it's the sweetest cake there is without getting too sickly sweet. It's just a treasured treat to be abundant in life. And so I hope scarcity thinking is something people can wake up to and realize that we're hurting ourselves thinking we need more. There's a great freedom, there's peace, there's comfort to be found in having enough. It means the quest for something else is done. You can rest, you can enjoy. That's not always a chase to get something different. It's a settle in the moment and receive the moment with appreciation and gratitude instead of controlling the moment to make sure the next moment is what you want it to be. Abundance is present moment thinking. Scarcity thinking is based fears of the past recreating themselves to be future outcomes we worry about. Scarcity doesn't deal with the present moment, because if you thought about the present moment, you'd realize you have everything you need. It's all right here. And every present moment has that. But if you're scarcity thinking, you're probably living on past pain, past regret, past doubts and fears that hurt you, traumatized you, made you less than the pristine version of yourself you could be. That past weighs, and that weight stamps out the bliss that's always there in the present moment, and it skips over it to plan for a future that will have none of what the past had. And it's just, you can't control the future, can't change the past, so it really makes this present moment what matters, because that is where everything is changing, everything is existing, everything is in our ability to interact with, engage with, and move forward with. Taffy, hey, welcome. Glad to have you this evening. How are you doing tonight? Momentum. Things are moving forward quickly. Your energy is building towards success. Keep going. Stay consistent with your actions and maintain your high vibrational state. I like the law of attraction thought here, where your vibe attracts your tribe kind of thing. So if I focus this now moment on something positive, law of attraction is going to pull something parallel positive into my moment. Whether it's a future moment, this one, doesn't matter. Manifestation happens when it happens. But momentum gets me there. And so this present moment is what you make it. So many people take this present moment and focus on the future. They worry about the past they can't change, and they miss actively engaging right now to direct your energy towards something better. And it's a tricky place to be in, because when you're not guiding your energy, where's it going? Is it focused? Is it helpful? Is it meaningful? If you don't care to guide yourself, do you care where you're going? And I mean, obviously everybody cares where they're going. That goes without saying. But I think we lose sight of the fact that we have more power than we realize. It's just not control, which is what everybody is going for. Currently on the bathroom changing my dad's diaper. Oh, all right. I'm sorry. I hope your dad's doing okay. I'm glad you're there to help him. I appreciate you being here with me this evening. I like that. Stay consistent with your actions and maintain your high vibrational state. What you're doing, Kathy, is very high vibrational state, taking care of your parent when they need help. I hope my kids will take care of me someday if I need it. And I love that you're doing that for your dad. Allowance. When you let go of resistance, abundance flows freely into your life. Release the need for control. Trust what is meant for you is always already on its way. I love that. Invite your wildest dreams into your moment and then move forward in alignment with yourself to find those dreams coming true. I think people get in their own way by thinking things are impossible or harder to happen, harder to make happen than they really are. But law of attraction, I think when we're sowing good energy into our moments towards what feels right and is in alignment with ourselves, ultimately life has a way of folding in what matters around that. That's why I think it's so important to sow good energy into this now moment over and over again. Because if you're putting good energy into this moment, good energy is going to find you in future moments. That's the momentum. It's taking your energy, your time, your commitment, your passion, and focusing it in a certain direction. For me, I want that direction to be positive, happy making, fulfilling, completing, whatever words matter. But I focus that energy and then I let that fill my now moment. And then law of attraction, my future moments fill with goodness of equal measure. But we have to be open to that allowance, letting ourselves go with the flow instead of resisting and trying to control things to be our way, our idea of what it needs to be. Trust that what is meant for you is already on its way. I have that trust. Wisdom. The answers you seek are already within you. Look inward for guidance and clarity. Spend time in stillness or seek counsel from a mentor to uncover deeper truths. It doesn't happen often because life is so busy, but there are moments when I like to just lay. I always like to be horizontal, upright, There's too much gravity. Laying horizontal just feels better for me. So I like to lay and just listen to my thoughts. I'm one that sleeps easily, so if I lay and listen to my thoughts long, I often fall asleep. But before that, I really enjoy just hearing myself and being at peace with who I am in a moment without any external stimulation. There's a comfort, there's a quietness that you can't always find in the external world. And there's just this calm sense of being that I appreciate, because when you're busy, you don't really get to appreciate that calm quality. Life is too active to notice it. But that calm quality is really comforting. And I like that. I think that's where our wisdom is. When we're in tune with ourselves and in touch with our inner knowing, that's wisdom. We're in alignment. And I think when you're in alignment, wisdom is easy to manifest. And I don't know that a lot of people are in alignment. You have fear, you have doubts, you have money, so many things getting in the way. Faith. Faith sustains manifestations. Call me Daddy. Welcome. You are up. Phantom Punk was my first reading, and you'll be my second. Hola. Hola, hola. How are you doing tonight? Call me Daddy. Trying to think if there was a deck I could do for you. Call me Daddy. Something new and different. We do readings regularly. Oh, for me, it's bad. Catalytic converter is bad on our car. I was driving home from picking my daughter up from her auditions today, and warning signal turned on, and I didn't know what it meant. It said it was just a malfunction light, so I had to go to AutoZone to have them scan the codes, and sadly it was the catalytic converter. So that's like a $750 part by itself. So fun. But yeah, other than that, life is good. Life is really good. It's just about to get expensive. But yeah, having a good night. I had a good first reading with Phantom Punk. Hoping to have a good reading for you. What kind of reading are you hoping for tonight? I don't know, to be honest. Okay. Well, let's see. I'm looking at my decks to see if there's something new that we could do for you. Are you feeling like shadow work? I have a shadow work deck. That's but that's like if you want to call yourself out on stuff. Not everybody wants that. I'm tempted to use the Buffy deck on you, because it's a fun and funky deck, and you're kind of a fun and funky guy. Light, hey, welcome. Welcome to the evening. Sure, why not? Love that your game, Call Me Your Daddy. This deck is fun. Let's see what spreads are in here that we can do for you. Okay, there's a 5x5. It's a general idea of how things are going. The first card is your current situation. It actually said, I'm going to read it like Buffy, so I'm going to read Buffy style. Oh, Light, awesome. We'll get you a reading next. Thank you for joining the queue. So card 1 is your current sitch. Card 2, the obstacle getting you strung out. Card 3, insight into how you can overcome said obstacle. Card 4 represents the thing you're working toward. And card 5, what you can look to for motivation. Okay, so let's shuffle the deck and see what the cards have to say. Don't need that. Okay, so card 1 is your current situation. Chalices, the 10 of chalices. Card 2 is the obstacle getting you strung out. The Fool. The third card is insight into how you can overcome the obstacle. No, get away. Nine of Pentacles. A thing you're working towards is the fourth card. Constanza, welcome. Glad to have you. You are third. I'm working on a reading for Call Me Your Daddy. Then we have Light, and then you. Glad to have you. And thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. You just gave me my 100th follow. Yay, woo! Thank you. I've officially reached 100 followers. Yay! That's exciting. I was hoping that would happen tonight. Thank you. Let's see. Card 5. What you can look to for motivation. The World. Okay. Let's dive into this. Call Me Your Daddy. See what these cards have to say. So the first card is, did I get a reading last time? If yes, I can't remember. I don't think you did. I think you stopped in, but I don't think you ended up getting a reading, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, I don't think you did, but I could be wrong. I don't have the best memory all the time. It's hit or miss. Yep. Okay. So you had reverse chalices. Uh-oh, there is a disturbance in the force and curses are flying. Crossbows are being aimed and blows are landing. Your harmonious gang is suddenly at each other's throats and it seems like someone has set phasers to suck. But don't worry. Friends fight and conflict can help bring people together. You just have to remind everyone you're on the same team. So it would seem like your current sitch is full of conflict, whether that's at home or at work, hard to say, but something is conflicting in the current moment. So then the obstacle that's getting you strung out is the Fool. The Fool reversed. Like Xander, you may have a penchant for courting the dangerous. Oh, let's see. The Fool marks the beginning of a journey. He represents stepping into the unknown, maybe befriending the new girl you heard talking about the undead with the librarian, and taking a chance on the unexpected. Like Xander, you may have a penchant for courting the dangerous. There won't always be a slayer around to save you, so be careful which path you follow. You may be taking risks you aren't prepared for. So that card was the obstacle. So the obstacle is making dangerous decisions. So if there's conflict, then there might be dangerous decisions inviting that conflict. I think for me, conflict always feels dangerous because ultimately you don't know what somebody else is dealing with, and you don't know who you're dealing with when you set somebody else off. And so it's always kind of like somebody could be a loose trigger, and when you're going out in the world and conflicting, somebody could lose that trigger on you. And so the Fool to me in this sense is any behaviors or habits that might create conflict in others. The third card, insight into how you can overcome said obstacle. 9 of Pentacles. Upright. You are closing out the cash register and doing a little dance of capitalist superiority. Now it's time to treat yourself to something you've been longing for. The 9 of Pentacles bodes well for travel, investments, and little luxuries to remind you why you work so hard. Don't neglect planning for your future. This card is one of independence, encouraging you to take care of yourself in the long and short term. Where is the cash register? Right? I wish we had one we could just tap into. That would be nice. But I think this is a card asking you to savor the good things in life, right? So this is the obstacle, making choices that create conflict. But ultimately, when you're savoring life and you're appreciating it for the quality it is, you're not conflicting with it. And so the finer things in life are often gentle, softer graces. And so find that gentle softness so that conflict can go away. Fourth card represents a thing you're working toward. 5 of Pentacles. Upright. The lesson of the 5 of Pentacles can be learned in 2 words, Cordelia Chase. You may be feeling like you've lost everything, your money, your status, your popularity. It may seem as though life has kicked your butt and left you in an alley to suffer. But what about you stands to gain? Cordelia lost friends when she embraced a loving relationship. She developed a stronger work ethic and resilience and used her setbacks to build strength. So can you. So as we're talking about strength, a goal you're working towards, this softer grace that's to overcome that choice to conflict, right? That is a strength. A lot of people see soft graces as a weakness because in this world, if you're not hard, heavy, and hungry, you're not worth a dime. But ultimately, the soft graces are what... Oh, Sorry, I didn't realize you went to add. So I think I'll read Pentacles. The lesson of the Five of Pentacles can be learned in 2 words: Cordelia Chase. You may be feeling like you've lost everything: your money, your status, your popularity. It may seem as though life has kicked your butt and left you in an alley to suffer. But what about you stands to gain? Cordelia lost friends when she embraced a loving relationship. She developed a stronger work ethic and resilience and used her setbacks to build strength. So can you. Beware, Anna is a troll. No, Anna is awesome. Been here before. Anna's fine. So this Five of Pentacles speaks to me of the softness. Cordelia Chase embraced love, and all her popularity and all those things that she thought mattered didn't. That's this card. The things that matter in life, those soft graces that make life worth living, those are the strengths to embrace. And then your 5th card, what you can look to for motivation. The World. This is a moment of unexpected grace, of recognition for your accomplishments, like having the lowest mortality rate of any graduating class. Get ready to enjoy some punch and celebrate. Just when you thought no one was noticing, a tiny glittering umbrella appears with your name all over it. Prepare to take your moment in the spotlight and bask in the satisfaction of a job well done. The world invites you to reflect on your journey. Think back to where you began, how much you've grown since then, and everything you've learned along the way. You deserve it. I'm sorry you're feeling tired, Anna. It's never a fun place to be. I struggle when I'm tired. Gonna go to bed early tonight. Hopefully you can get some good rest. This card, the World card, when Buffy was graduating from high school, you know how they nominate people for being something? She didn't think she'd get nominated because she wasn't active, but they gave her an umbrella for being a safety net for them. Like, even though she wasn't popular or all that kind of stuff, everybody recognized that she was a saving grace in their class. Yeah, she was the class protector. Exactly. And so I like that. Like, as we're talking about the softer graces becoming strength, motivation is that, to be a protector. Conflict and dangerous choices that invite conflict, that's a way to live. And a lot of people live it, but I question if they live it happily or fulfilled or wholesomely. When these cards are in play, it doesn't feel like a good place to be in. But these cards of these softer grace of finding strength in love and ultimately protecting others, I think these speak of a good direction to head in. Finally, put him to bed. I'm glad you were able to get him to bed, Taffy. You are an awesome person to take care of your parent. I love that about you. So let's see what the Green Witch Oracle deck has to say for you. Call me your daddy. After I finish with Call Me Your Daddy's reading, I'm going to stand up and take a break, stretch my legs, and then come back. I believe Light is up next. So we'll get Light. Okay, Green Witch Oracle deck. It is a busy night. Yeah, it is. I love it. You're here. I'm glad you're still there. I was just saying, I'm going to be taking a break before I get to your reading. Maybe 10 minutes or so, not long. But I'm going to do this card for Call Me Your Daddy, and then I'll take that break. 113. You got fog, call me a daddy. Obscurity, feeling lost. Sometimes, for whatever reason, you can't see clearly. You find it difficult to think through an issue, or you feel lost in a sea of information. You may feel directionless or unable to identify a clear goal or path to a desired outcome. Being lost in fog or feeling foggy can challenge your sense of stability. Fog isn't a solid obstacle, however. It is a veil, temporarily blurring your surroundings. Just because you can't see clearly doesn't mean the path isn't there. Carefully feel your way forward one step at a time. Perhaps you need to move in a different direction to reach your destination. Sometimes all it takes is looking at a problem in a new way. The fog card prompts you to practice looking at things from another point of view. The reflection it asks, do you have a problem plaguing you that could benefit from a different perspective? That's always a good question. Perspective is just one way to see things, and oftentimes when we open ourselves up to see things differently, things make themselves known that we didn't notice in the first go around. So as this was talking about a conflicting situation and dangerous choices, I guess a good reflection would be, hold on. I lost my train of thought. I want to get back on it. Do you have a problem plaguing you that could benefit from a different perspective? So I like this. If you have conflict in your life, the other cards were speaking of a way to move past that conflicted state. I guess, do you feel that's a problem plaguing you that this could benefit? And I guess take that forward as the carry away with the reading. So I hope that was okay for you, Call Me Your Daddy. I know you didn't know what you wanted. Hopefully it had something you needed to hear. But I am going to step away. I'm going to put it on an away screen for the break, and then I'll be right back. Thank you for being here. Are you sleeping?
No.
Oh. Hey, it's Alma. We're back at Tarot of the Soul. Hubby has me laughing. He's goofy. Light, are you still there? Sorry for that break right before I got to you, but I hope you're still there. Welcome back, Taffy. I'm just getting back myself. Twinsies, getting back at the same time. I wish you could see my husband dancing. I'm giving you a show, but he's giving me a show. The song gets him, that's what's going on. The song inspired that? Wow. Thanks, Taffy. You gonna pick a card?
She doesn't want your validation.
No, she wants my milk.
I know. Moving right in. Be back.
Yeah, I've set that there.
You don't say. Sprout.
It didn't just sprout there. No, it didn't. I got to use the Buffy deck. Kitty! Yeah, that's our Snickers. She is a 10-month-old kitty that found us in January. Oh, Taffy, you used the emote. Haha, that's our Snickers emote. Haha. Snickies. So hopefully Light is still there. They were there before I went on break. I hope I didn't lose them. Up there he did. Oh, yep, you're there. Yay! Welcome. So what kind of reading can I get for you tonight? What are you hoping for? I love how she crouches down. She with the right card. Which card is it, Snickers? Which is it? Nepal. Her little face is so cute. So Light, what kind of reading would, or maybe you're typing, I wasn't sure. I like to do diamond spread readings. It's a 5-card spread. The first card is the focus. The second card and third card are the internal and external influence. The fourth card is what's needed to overcome or better understand. And the fifth card is the higher understanding or a resolution card. That spread is really great for just a general reading to see what the cards have to say. It also works if you have a question or something in particular you want to do a reading around. Could you please see how can I get back to my truth in a fun, loving, abundant way, like both spiritually and materialistically? Yeah, let's look at that. I'll use my Wild Reflections deck. I like this deck. It's very hopeful, light-filled, and let's see what the cards have to say. So first up, we're looking for your focus. How can I get back to my truth in a fun, loving, abundant way? Seven of Cups reversed. Now we're looking for the internal influence. Page of Wands, external justice reversed, 9 of Cups for what's needed to better understand, and Ace of Cups. Lots of cups. Emotions, right? Cups are emotions. So, I think I'm recovering from a lot of trauma. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. It's hard when we've been through something, and sometimes there are no easy answers for what we've been through. But for me, with what I've been through, the biggest thing I did was forgive, not just blanket forgive me for my part in anything, the people that wronged me, their part for not being better and what I needed. Just forgiveness is an energy that accepts that something happened and you can't change that it happened, but it frees you of that weight of carrying that trauma with you. Because if you could change it, you would. And now that you're past the trauma, you can change it. You can find a better way to align with something that is healthy for you and happy making. So let's see, 7 of Cups. Reversed. Lack of purpose, disarray, confusion, diversion, distractions, clarity, making choices. The reverse 7 of Cups is also related to choices. The querent may currently feel trapped by their circumstances and confused about their next steps. The reverse 7 of Cups card reminds the querent that they have more options than they think. They are encouraged to reconnect with their larger objectives and drive their decision-making forward, even if it feels scary at the moment. And so you're looking to find fun and love in an abundant way, despite all that you've been through. So I would say that's your larger objective, and let your decisions revolve around that. Or more than decisions, let's pull it back to your mental state, right? You want to be happy and fun-loving in your moments. Where is your mental state at right now? Call yourself into reflection about where you are so you know where you're starting and where you need to go to get better. That because this card speaks of confusion or distractions, but also of clarity. And so in all that you're feeling and all that you are, you're the one to listen to it best and to understand it most. And so give yourself that time to listen when you're wanting to connect spiritually or connect, period. It starts within. You carry forward what's within. So trauma has a way of making us feel less than, whether that's less than worthy, less than whole, less than happy. However trauma has affected you, it leaves you in a less than state. But you're whole. You've been through it all. You've survived it. You're here now, looking to heal and outgrow what's happened to you. That's strength. That's perseverance. That's endurance. And you have that in spades. So let that be the comforting energy that begins this turn inward. Because ultimately, your mental space is like a garden that you keep. And if the trauma is always dampening the soil, nothing's going to blossom. But that fun and that love, that's there in you. You just have to choose to see it. And in the beginning, it's going to be hard to see it because you're so used to seeing things another way. But that fun and love, just focus your mind on finding that in your moments, in small measure, wherever you can, and let that carry you forward. So internal influence, Page of Wands. Adventure, excitement, fresh ideas, cheerfulness, energetic, fearless, extroverted. The Page of Wands represents sparks of creativity, inspiration, and energy. The asker may be experiencing the excitement of new ideas, big goals, and an eagerness to achieve their dreams. Soon you will receive good news or have new opportunities. The spirit of competition is in the air. Now is the best time to successfully start a new project. So I like this card in the internal influence because it speaks of the excitement that's within. Within, you're connected to the idea of fun-loving abundance, right? That means it's there. You just may not be feeling that it's there. And all that takes is practice. Practice witnessing it over and over again until you can't help but notice it all the time. And so that excitement that you feel in a moment, that positive connection to life, to yourself, to others, all those uplifting kind of energies. Find those within to get past the trauma, because a lot of what trauma does to us is make us think we need to control and influence things to be better. But this card, this invites you to go within and find the abundance that's there, that positive energy that is there despite everything you've been through. It's there to appreciate, to enjoy, to grow with, and to find strength inside of. So let that positive energy that's natural to who you are speak to you, and let it build a new pattern of thinking for you, one that isn't drowned out by the trauma of the past. In the external influence, Justice. Injustice, retribution, corruption, dishonesty, unfairness, avoiding accountability. The reverse meaning of justice in tarot is to show that you are living in denial. You're not willing to accept the consequences or of your actions or those of others. Taking action gives you a chance to change and stop judging yourself. So this card, to me, I think of it as the wrongs against you, right? Justice, the weight of what's been done to you, and the weight you carry for all that you've been through. So we can't always influence what happens outside of us. We can influence our choices, our beliefs, our actions, but outside of that, it starts to get kind of iffy if you can really influence things. And so this is where that forgiveness comes to mind for everything that's been done to you. Forgive it, forgive yourself, forgive the situation, forgive everything so you can move forward in a positive place. Not because forgiveness is deserved for those that wronged you, but because you deserve to feel better no matter what you've been through. And so that justice, it comes to speak the living in denial, living outside of alignment with ourselves, letting the outside world dictate how we feel on the inside. But this card, please get out of my milk. Thank you. The Page of Wands speaks of the positive energy on the inside. Let that ripple outward and be the positive engagement you have in the world around you. Which brings us to 9 of Cups, which is what's needed to better understand or overcome. Wishes coming true, contentment, satisfaction, success, achievement, recognition, pleasure. The 9 of Cups card represents appreciation, fulfilled dreams, and life's pleasures. It signifies that the querent has achieved a goal or is feeling content in their relationships, career, or another area. The appearance of the Nine of Cups card may indicate that the querent has successfully completed an important stage in life and can now afford a well-deserved holiday before moving on. I like the word contentment, satisfaction, recognition, pleasure, achievements. These are all good words. This card speaks of those positive ways to interact with the moment. Feeling content, feeling satisfied, feeling successful, feeling recognized, feeling pleasure. These are the ways to get past trauma, because despite everything, the goodness still exists and it's there still for you to find. Just have to rewire your thinking to connect to it over and over and over again until it becomes the new default and it's just your happy, fun-loving way of living in the moment. And the higher understanding is the Ace of Cups. Love, new feelings, emotional awakening, creativity, spirituality, intuition. The aces indicate new beginnings. Isn't that perfect? The higher understanding is a new beginning. The Ace of Cups represents love, renewal, emotional well-being, and creative expression. It's a beautiful card that signifies a period of connection and fulfillment. The Ace of Cups represents a positive flow of energy and camaraderie. It can also indicate a mutually beneficial friendship that brings happiness and deep emotional satisfaction. So I love that. I love these cards that they're in alignment with each other. And I hope that through them you're finding something that resonates, something that you can carry forward with you. I want to come back. So yeah, I like that you ended with a new beginning. And then let's go to the Green Witch Oracle deck. Watering can. Asking for help, sharing burdens. I like that. Trauma is heavy, and it's not something we have to go through alone. A lot of times, trauma can make us feel isolated and alone, but when we're trying to heal from it, it's okay to ask for help. Not everything happens naturally. Sometimes you must carry water to a plant. Being a green witch means stepping up to honor nature and act on its behalf. Sometimes that manifests as giving a plant what it lacks so that it can thrive. The reciprocal relationship between you and nature means that sometimes you're the one that needs nature's help, and sometimes nature needs your help. When you're lacking something, however, it can at first be hard to admit you need to ask for help. The watering can card tells you that something in your life needs external support, or that a burden needs to be shared. Don't be afraid to lean on others. And the reflection is there something in your life that needs outside attention or an injection of energy from elsewhere? So yeah, I hope that was a resonant reading for you, Light. I hope, it gave you inspiration, insight, understanding, something to walk away with. And I appreciate you letting me have the chance to do it for you. So let's see. That would bring up, is that Garge? Well, I know it's Constanza. Constanza, are you still there? It was, yes. Thanks a lot. Yay. Awesome. I'm glad it was helpful. So thank you. I appreciate you letting me do a reading. Appreciate you sticking around waiting for the reading, and that we finally got you something that you can walk away positively with. And I hope you find that positive energy to sow into your moments, because you deserve to feel better, and I hope you can find that measure of better. Constanza, are you still there? Been a while. You're here. Yay. Awesome. Thanks for hanging around so we could get you this reading. How are you doing tonight? Just a general diamond reading if possible? Absolutely. Let's do it. Buzz in my deck. Three of Cups as the focus. Looking for the internal influence. Five of Wands. Oh, that one jumped right out. The Chariot. The Fool. And then the Higher Understanding. Ten of Cups reversed. All right, Three of Cups. 140. Friendship, community, gatherings, celebration, group events, social events. The Three of Cups is a positive card that represents celebration, joy, and festivities. The querent may have an upcoming celebration, whether it be a birthday milestone event or party. In career matters, the Three of Cups indicates that the querent's hobbies may become more important than their main profession. In addition, this card portends the appearance of, in their life, of a person who can become a reliable friend or lover. An engagement is also possible. Well, I like this card. This is just all kinds of positive energy, especially when it brings up celebration, joy, and festivities. Friendship, community gatherings. Yeah, that's a good card. Internal influence. Five of Wands. Rivalry, friendly contest, potential shift, preparedness, cautious optimism, escalating dynamics. The Five of Wands symbolizes an amicable rivalry that carries a subtle undercurrent of uncertainty. It underscores the need for caution and readiness for a possible shift in the situation, a transition from friendly competition to a more serious conflict. This card serves as a reminder that attention to detail can avert misunderstandings. The querent is advised to stay resilient and patient as they possess the capability to overcome obstacles diplomatically. Well, if the Three of Cups card is speaking of friendship and community and just positive gatherings and everything, perhaps those gatherings can bring a bit of a friendly contest or some kind of competition, I guess, of self. And that's on the internal. So something in that social setting could be, I don't know, motivating or pushing the self forward. But the card would say that just make sure to keep it friendly so it doesn't become something more serious. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, good, good. That brings us to the external influence, which is the Chariot. success, ambition, determination, willpower, control, self-discipline, focus. The Chariot Tarot card is all about overcoming challenges and gaining victory through maintaining control of your surroundings. This perfect control and confidence allows the charioteer to emerge victorious in any situation. So I think that's interesting that you had this card about like friendly competition, and then this card comes in the external influence that speaks about maintaining control of your surroundings. For me, control is kind of elusive. You can't always have control. But for me, if it's control of your surrounding is like having an awareness of what's going on around you. So as this is, community, joy, celebration, happiness, and there's friendly competition going on, make sure, reflect on how you're engaging in that external environment to keep it friendly, right? You will be able to stay on the chosen path if your decision is firm. Your strategy should be to move forward decisively and have a clearly defined goal. Keep it simple, right? I like that. Guide your way forward, with joy, celebration, happiness, but ultimately, don't let things spiral based on how you're feeling inwardly. And what's needed to overcome or better understand is the Fool. I love this card. Beginnings, freedom, innocence, originality, adventure, idealism, spontaneity. To see the Fool generally means the beginning of a new journey, one filled with optimism and freedom from the usual constraints in life. I love that, as this Three of Cups energy was, this positive, happy kind of vibe card was here as the focus. I love that the Fool is what's needed to overcome or better understand. A new beginning, a fresh start, filled with optimism and freedom. To encounter the Fool in a reading can also be interpreted as a summons to the adventurous and daring aspects of your own personality. He instills bravery because he recognizes that every day is an opportunity to explore uncharted territories in your life. I like that. When life is good, what better way than to take a moment, look around, and see all the ways that it's good? Which brings us to 10 of Cups. Unhappy home, separation, domestic conflict, disharmony, isolation. I find this to be an interesting card in response to all of this. It's almost like a reflection of what it isn't. This card may indicate that the asker is struggling to find personal fulfillment or a sense of happiness in their life. It is a reminder to take a step back and reassess what truly brings joy and meaning. That's it. When you have this good energy card, what matters? What's meaningful? What are you enjoying inside of that good energy? Because when you know what you're enjoying, you can enjoy it more deeply, the more you can recreate it or witness it or realize it exists. The 10 of Cups reverse suggests that it is time to address any underlying issues and work towards finding balance and harmony in all areas of life. Something is disturbing your once serene happiness, such as quarrels or conflicts of interest among family members or close friends. So interesting, another mention of conflict comes up, like in the 5 of Wands. Someone could be creating problems that are poisoning the lives of your loved ones. So yeah, I guess this is all very accurate. Oh, I love that. Thank you for letting me know. I always worry I'm off base, but I love knowing that it's resonating. That's awesome. Well, let's get you a card from the Oracle deck and see what the Oracle deck usually has a way of wrapping up or giving you a direction, to take the reading with. There we go. Mortar and pestle. Integration, subtlety, thoroughness. I like that. Already, integration speaks to me. You have the positive energy card as the focus. So the positive energy is with you, right? A new beginning is there for you. But first comes integrating what matters most to you, defining those things that bring joy, that bring success, that bring fulfillment, wholeness, all those definitions that only you can define. Integration speaks of that. Integrate those definitions so then you can experience what you want to live. When you know what you want or what matters, then you know how to witness it when you see it in the world around you. Mortar and pestle. The goals of the mortar and pestle are twofold. First, to reduce the size of something, and then to combine ingredients. In a spell, in order to evenly combine your components, you need to break them down into smaller parts. The grinding motion used with a mortar and pestle can appear aggressive, and applying too much force can make your ingredients fly everywhere. Use finesse. Be gentle but thorough. Take time to blend things evenly. This card tells you that something in your life needs to be better incorporated. It could be as simple as integrating your practice into daily life, or something more complex, like finding balance between two relationships. Whatever it is, take it slow or you'll scatter what you're trying to integrate. And the reflection to walk away with, what parts of your life do you need to blend more seamlessly? So, Constanza, thank you for letting me do this reading for you. I appreciate that it was accurate. I love this. This was great. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm glad we got you a resonant reading. I hope, it sparks inspiration, on how you can carry positive energy forward with you into your moments and avoid that conflict around you. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. Which I think if we wrap up your reading, that brings us to Taffy. Taffy, are you still there? Yay! Awesome! Glad you're still there. Glad I can get a reading for you. So, what are you hoping for the cards to help you with tonight? General reading, questions? What are you feeling? Career. Okay. Let's see what the cards have to say. Do you have help caring for your dad? Are you able to hold a career while you're caring for your dad? Knight of Pentacles as the focus reversed. The Star. Wow, that's interesting. That's the second reading in a row that appeared in that position. Popular card. No, but I can stream. I'm with my mom, but she's getting older and I do not want to leave her alone. I was wondering, taking care of somebody who can't take care of themselves is a full-time job. my husband doesn't work because I'm that person in the house. I need full-time care. Not to the extent of an aging parent, but nonetheless. So I hope you can find, that income or that, career support through the streaming. Seven of Wands. And then the higher understanding. Yeah, and a certain family member thinks I can get a job even if it's part-time. Oh, you gotta love those family members that have their opinions on what you should or shouldn't be doing. Sorry you're dealing with that. It's hard enough to have to care for your parents, but to have other people having negative words to say about what you're doing, that's no fun. I'm just curious. This is my own personal curiosity, and if it's too nosy, you don't have to share. But does the family member that has a say on your job situation, do they actually participate in caring for your parents? No, that's what I figured. I I guess I made an assumption, but it sounds like somebody that would tell you that you should also work a job isn't hands-on knowing how heavy the job is that you're doing. It's easy to say go out and do something else when day-to-day life takes everything out of you. Yeah, I would just, with family members like that, let them talk. It's hot air. Their opinions don't matter, right? Their help is telling you to do it differently. They don't have an idea of what you're going through. So let it fall on deaf ears. All right, Knight of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. This is an interesting card. So you'll have to help me if it resonates. I want to make sure we get you a reading. So the reverse keywords are workaholic, laziness, dull, boring, no initiative, cheap, irresponsible, gambler, risky investments. But the words, you feel that you lack inspiration and your attitude towards everything remains even and dispassionate. Perhaps you are too conservative and prefer to use outdated methods that are no longer effective. And the reverse career meaning is little ambition or too much ambition. So it's on both sides of it. So ambition would be the thing. Workaholic or obsessed with work. And I would register that you're on the workaholic side of things. Yeah, it's true. Okay. This card can also mean the asker feels they are stuck in a rut or bored. I can imagine you feel like you're stuck in a rut because your life is so constrained by what you're doing for your parents. It says create a change of scenery if needed, but remain in the present. Things will get easier. So I guess if the reverse career meaning is little ambition or too much ambition, find what you're passionate about, what you have time to give your energy towards. So ultimately, when you do have time to stream, you're streaming what matters to you and putting that out there. So whether it takes off and goes somewhere or it doesn't, you're proud of what you did. I'm a Gemini, so it's both. Oh, I'm bipolar, so it's both for me, usually. I get that vibe, being both. a little of everything and some of nothing. But yeah, so I guess I think with career for you, taking care of parents, it's going to be a flexibility thing. Like when that lightning strikes, to stream because you feel up for it. When that lightning strikes, to be able to because your parents are resting, right? It's going to be hard, kind of like threading the needle to find what's going to work for you. But if you're feeling that lack of inspiration, I hope you can connect to it, because that's a positive energy to carry in your moments. So we come to the internal influence, which is the star. Illusion, mystery, subconscious intuition, hidden potential, uncertainty, new beginnings. The star in this deck offers a glimpse into a world of hidden depths. What's hard is creating my avatar, but I think I'm getting there. Okay, are you using one of those 3D avatars that talk while like they're the face instead of you? The star card in this deck offers a glimpse into a world of hidden depths and veiled truths. Unlike traditional interpretations, my PC won't be able to. It's a PNG. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's cool that you're making it yourself. I'm spoiled by my husband. Everything that this stream is was set up by my husband. I'm grateful for that, because I would still be trying to figure it out if it were left to me. This card signifies a time of exploration within, a dive into the subconscious mind where fears and intuition mingle. It represents a period of uncertainty, but also immense possibility. Bless him. He is a blessing. For every struggle I have, he's there carrying me through. Helps me, supports me, uplifts me, makes me laugh when I take everything way too seriously. Like, great guy. I'm so glad to have spent so much of my life with him. And bless you for the readings. Well, thank you. I feel blessed to be able to share the reading. So I like the chance to, it's just a magical experience. So it's fun for me to be able to share this with others. But I like this. The star is exploration within. And so if ambition is a problem, knowing whether you have too much or too little, knowing where to direct your ambition is probably a good way to go. Focusing that energy when it strikes, right? Listening to yourself. The upright career meaning is unearthing hidden talents, unconventional approaches, and following your intuition. Remember, the greatest treasures are often hidden beneath the surface. Embrace the mystery and trust your intuition to unlock your full potential. So I like that. The cards are telling you to listen to your intuition and let that guide you. And I love, as the Chariot was in just the last one, it's telling you to let your intuition guide you. And the Charioteer is in the external influence. So like, once your intuition guides you, you're in the chariot carrying you forward into the life you're leading. One of your cats stepped on your tablet. Gotta love those kitties and how they just walk on everything. The Chariot, 44. Success, ambition, determination, willpower, control, self-discipline, focus. The Chariot Tarot card is all about overcoming challenges and gaining victory through maintaining control of your surroundings. Well, again, I don't like this card saying maintaining control of your surroundings. You're taking care of your parents. Control is like flimsy at best, because at any given moment they might need something and you just have to fluidly be there to attend to their needs. So control to me is I guess being your best self and letting yourself flow where the needs take you. And so as this is a career reading, letting your intuition take you, let that carry you forward into your streams, right? So find that makes sense. Yay, I love it. You will be able to stay on, the upright career meaning is strong ambitions, motivation, and control at work. So another card speaking of ambition, I love that your focus had ambition and now your external influence has ambition. So I think these cards speak to you of dream the dream. Go ahead and have that grandiose vision of where this dream could take you, and let that guide you forward, that optimism, and let your intuition tell you how you're going to help that dream manifest. You will be able to stay on the chosen path if your decision is firm. Your strategy should be to move forward decisively and have a clearly defined goal. So that's a good one. As ambition, I guess ambition is this nebulous energy. Give yourself a goal to focus that ambition on. What do you want for your stream that you can work towards? Seven of Wands. What's needed to better understand or overcome? Resistance, asserting oneself, unconventional defense, resourceful safeguarding. The Seven of Wands embodies determination, rivalry, and preservation. The querent confronts a scenario where external factors hinder their progress. This card is spot on. This might involve individuals envious of their accomplishments. Well, that's not it. Upright career meaning, fending off rivals, upholding your stance, confronting challenges. The moment calls for actions in alignment with values. So I like that. That card speaks to me of the star that told you to listen to your intuition. Move forward in alignment with your values, with what you think is important, with what matters most to you, what inspires you, what your gut tells you to do. Let that carry you forward. Develop a strategy to mitigate and anticipate potential future complications. So the Chariot asks you to set a goal, and the Seven of Wands takes it a step further. Anticipate future complications that could get in the way of that goal, and that's an actionable step for how to move forward in your career. Which brings us to the higher understanding or resolution, which is Seven of Swords. Reversed. The Seven of Swords reversed often indicates a desire to live more honestly and with a renewed conscience. If the asker has been living with something weighing on their heart, this card encourages them to either come clean or find ways of dealing with guilt or shame. Meow. Reverse career meaning. Consequences of action, changing approach. Now, you should probably especially value criticism, as there is a high probability that it will turn out to be constructive. What was dishonestly taken from you will also return to you. Someone may offer help or good advice. So yeah, I like the idea of living honestly. And that intuition here, ambition in your cards, honestly to you is following that ambition, finding something that works for you despite these difficult circumstances you're in. And I think streaming could be a good way to do that, because streaming offers you that freedom. Snickers, that is nice. Got sickle, focus, regrowth, letting go. The sickle is a gardening tool used for harvesting and reaping, though it is also closely associated with death. In art, death is often seen holding this tool, a symbol of taking a life that has finished. The sickle helps you to clear away dead matter and control overgrowth, allowing for new growth to take place unhindered. Clearing and cutting away outdated or unneeded material leaves space for new life and beginnings. It doesn't cut life short. Instead, it refocuses available resources so that life can continue. The sickle card reminds you to cut away what drains your energy or no longer serves you, so focused growth can take place. Reflection. What parts of your life need to be cut back or cut out completely to help you grow? Career. What parts of your life need refocus so you can have that energy for stream? How can you find support or routine, or what areas can get you in the direction of having that stream happen for you? Excuse me. I hope that was a good reading for you, Taffy. I really appreciate you hanging around to get it. So much to think and do. Yep. Starting something is always so many choices to make and so many things to consider. Just take it one step at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. You've got so much on your plate. Just give yourself the time to do one thing at a time. Give yourself fully to finishing each step as you get there, and you'll get there in the end when it's time. Just give yourself grace as you get there. Oh, over on YouTube, I am so sorry. I'm just seeing this. Cyber, are you still there? I do free readings, but I don't know how long that's been there. Thank you very much. You're welcome, Taffy. I appreciate you. Night, night. Have a good night. I hope you rest well. And I hope you move forward positively with your stream. Thanks for coming tonight. Well, as we're at a pause, I think I'm going to step up and take a break and clear the queue and then see about coming back. So I will be back. What? I want to go up. Okay. Oh, hey, it's Alma. I am going to wrap up for tonight. It's been about 2.5 hours, so I think I'm going to call it here. We've done 5 readings, and I think that's good for tonight. So I appreciate everybody that's been here. Thank you for coming. I hope you'll join me again. I'm hoping to stream again on Friday, but possibly even tomorrow night, so we'll see. Again, thanks for being here. Hope to see you next time.